Hello folks, it's Apocalypse 6 here, back with another 4-color video, and this is a good hand in that we have a Sylvan Library in turn 1. We also have a Wasteland and a Grove, which are never bad things to have. Our opponent leads off with the Deathrite Shaman. We're not so interested in denying the Deathrite Shaman that we're going to forego playing our library out. We're going to discard the Scrubland because it's one of the two worst lands in the deck. Okay, cool. So we at least know this is Bug Delver-esque. And that attack was really cool, showing us that the opponent doesn't want to use that mana. I think 1 point of damage is less important than a ponder or something. So the opponent must have some sort of special hand here. And I think they missed a land drop too, which is really weird. Or perhaps the opponent is just prioritizing offense. So here I can get one of my 3/2 drops or a Deathrite Shaman. I think ideally we want to wait one more turn for to get a knight. So I guess let me just try and do that. This feels really bad because I kind of want to be using my mana every turn against the tempo decks. But it looks like nothing's happening over there, and I really don't want to be caught with just sort of the subpar threat in whatever 2-drop I get. Okay, now we're in pretty good shape. I've made some recent changes to the deck. Basically, I'm currently on the Leyline plan. That's probably temporary. I cycle through all kinds of Grave Hate. Thoughtseize has replaced Phyrexian Evokers, and then I'm trying out a Cabal Pit over the Dismember. This is totally fine. The idea being the Dismember was always sort of this weird one-of slot, and Cabal Pit is at least tutorable. So this removes the rest of my opponent's permanents, which is pretty cool. I'm just going to attack with this thing. Usually I will go for the combo, but here I don't feel like it. Okay, opponent's potentially back in the game. We're gonna go ahead and try to just end things faster. Okay, yeah. So I was making moves to like sort of prioritize getting my opponent dead rather than maintaining full control of the game. So given that it's Bug Delver, I think I still like Chalice, or let's take him out on the draw. Um, Against these bug decks, I just always feel like Chalice loses power particularly quickly, and I kind of want all of these. Uh, there is some choice in the creature suite that my opponent has access to, so Deluge hedges against that. Next, we can get rid of the Dark Confidants and bring in Swords. Swords are technically card advantage, in that they will. What's happening here? This is pretty uncool. In that they can sometimes, if it comes up, trigger the Punishing Fires. They're like extra sort of Grove activations that way. So my sideboard's 18 and my main deck is 60. Let's see if that actually works. Well, I have no control over this. That's the best I can do.
Your game has started.
Is that a 60 card deck? No, it's a 63 card deck. I think I just glitched and gave myself more cards. Well, this is a mulligan. I don't know if my opponent still wants to play. Keep. This is a fine hand with some answers, some threats. I'm going to top this one because more answers is always kind of fine. Especially one-mana answers. So people sometimes ask, um, how do I know when to like play around days? Here I can foresee that my next couple of turns, not playing around days, right? So I could play around it this turn doing nothing. Next turn I get swords it. Next turn I'm not even guaranteed to have the chance to play around it. So I'll just play into it aggressively to sort of get them all out. Excellent. So cancel. In retrospect, maybe I should have gotten a Bayou here. Now I'll have to get a Scrubland. This was actually actively incorrect because I have the Scavenging Ooze that I want to potentially activate more than a couple of times. It'll likely not end up being a big deal, but it's always something to be conscious of. Huh. So now my opponent didn't do anything. And I'm kind of fearful of an Abrupt Decay on like the next good thing I play, so maybe I just want to play out this choke. My opponent hasn't done anything, which is really suspicious. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to choke him. Okay, that's cool too. So my opponent doesn't have an Abrupt Decay, otherwise they would have fired off immediately on this thing. And there's no lands, so I don't have to get rid of this thing as long as I eat my opponent's. Ah, fuck. How do I cancel this? Okay, I have just made a sizable error. And is that, yep, there's still this bug where I can't undo it. So I'll make green mana and I'll Abrupt Decay here. I get to show off 2 of X-Mage's bugs. So another buy in the deck, I wonder. Huh. Okay, so if my opponent doesn't get there, we've basically destroyed 2 lands. Not that it really matters, because this is the Delver deck and they've sort of flooded out. But I mean, in some sense, it does matter. These decks sort of rely on putting back extra lands with Brainstorm as a means of card advantage, and we're sort of denying them that. In fact, even if Choke gets blown up here, this is perfectly okay, right? Because the opponent has played out 5 lands, and that's not their game plan at all. And we're like fairly sad to see Deathrite Shaman go, but if we can follow it up with, I was gonna say any land we can get a Knight, but instead we're gonna get the Scavenging Ooze, and we're gonna be pretty happy about it as well. Play Tranquil Thicket because we do want a mana base. So now if the opponent doesn't find removal, Lily's gone. So is, I guess, this Life from the Loam. And I would like to see what gets... Okay, alright. So what's getting decayed here? Is it the Choke or is it the Scavenging Ooze? I imagine it's the Scavenging Ooze. Yeah. So let's look at our graveyard to select whether or not we want to dredge. There's absolutely nothing in here. And our odds of drawing good cards are actually fairly low. I kind of want to run out this Knight, get it minus, and sort of be equal on board. Not that I want it, but that seemed like a fine play. Now that we have confirmed things that can go above Lily, I think we just want to do this. One, two, three. And I guess we will lock the opponent out of mana, period. So now we're the Lily's got a plus, so they're going to be sort of out of range for. Okay, that's a really good draw from my opponent. And again, I'm going to draw a card naturally here because I can use this thicket to cycle into the Loam. I drew a natural wasteland. What does that tell me? It tells me I don't need to. I'm going to. Yeah, I'm gonna cycle this thicket. Get 1, 2, 3 again. Pay for it. And I could waste, and then the opponent doesn't get to decay this. As an alternative, I could also play a Bayou and have. No, I'm just going to waste because the opponent needs to draw some sort of land in order to be able to even use the Deathrite Shaman. So that's fine. Now we're just sort of on the hook for beating this Lily somehow. Potentially with the Dryad Arbor. Yep. Huh. I wonder. What do we actually want to do here? I think I want to get rid of this Tranquil Thicket. No, I don't. So if I Wasteland that Underground Sea, the Deathrite Shaman again doesn't have the chance to do anything. So I guess we'll just do the same exact thing and get rid of a Bayou. No. What do we draw into here? We drew into the opportunity to get a Dryad Arbor um, and then get Night. So that's one option available to us. But I do sort of want to lock my opponent out a little bit harder. I feel like we can afford to do that. Here we get Wasteland, Tranquil Thicket, Bayou again. So I don't know how well my opponent planned, because they did have a brainstorm. So technically this should be they have some control over what this card is right now. I also was a little bit hesitant to um, I was a little hesitant to use the Green Sun that way, because if the next card was a Wasteland, that would put me in a pretty bad spot. That's a -6, so we're okay here. I'm just gonna draw. Cool. We don't need to use this Wasteland, so I can finally just do this and do this. I really doubt my opponent's second card from the top. The second card they put back, the bottommost card would be the Wasteland, if any. I feel like it would be either of the ones above that. Because they did just draw and discard a Delver. Which is weird because I'm pretty sure they could have just played that Delver. Gladly. So now we need to. This Deathrite Shaman is going to be on defense. And we're going to Dredge Loam. It's not even much of a choice here. We could get Grove for Punishing Fire to kill that thing and then kill Lily. But as a backup, we also just get this. Unless the opponent just eats it right now. Which they're not going to. Because I guess they don't see the line. Right, just getting that Dryad Arbor is quite important to the strategy. Let's see what we got. Okay, not much. Oh, I didn't realize my opponent actually tapped. I figured that they would not do something like that. Okay, goodbye, Lily. It just didn't even occur to me that my opponent would not want to keep Lily around. Cycle land, man land. Is that it? Yeah, those are all of our targets. I made a mistake here. I could have used this Horizon Canopy. But instead, I'm just going to leave up double cycle. Not for any reason besides that I don't need to do these immediately. Yeah, eating their own Bayou is totally fine. It's going to be like almost nothing the opponent can draw here. I mean, there's the Delve creatures, I guess. So whichever Delve creature my opponent's playing would be pretty good here. And we only have one more swords for unconditional removal. I guess we have the however many deluges are actually in the deck. gonna draw this with this card. I think it just makes a ton of sense to dredge here. Yeah, so we do have more Toxic Deluges than we should have. We can attack for 4, or we can try to fight against Wasteland. We have yet to see Wastelands out of my opponent. By getting the Merit Lage combo. I think I'd rather be doing that. So I'll just get these 2 cycle lands. This was not the right thing to tap. That's pretty good. Not gonna bother paying red for the next one. I feel like we have more than enough to just finish this game. We're also not going to attack because the opponent's at 18 and our knight is currently at 3-3. We can, of course, manipulate the knight to be larger, but Merit Lage is just a cleaner kill from here. Starting Tranquil Thicket, yeah, that's fine. We're sort of beyond needing another card advantage engine. By the way, did we exile both of our? Did we get both of our red sources exiled? It'd be nice if I could widen this window a little bit. Okay, cool. Yeah, the opponent has seen the now drawing and flaking writing on the wall and concedes.